Okay. We are on Saturday night,
We are Saturday night.
and I'll be lucky if anybody shows up. I totally forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I just plain put it on the wrong day, and I didn't switch it till today until like 5 minutes ago. So I'm hoping that a few of you will get some notifications and pop in. Of course, my regulars do know that it's every Saturday night. And we'll see. We will see. Of course, I'm gonna just hang out for a minute, and we'll see if anybody comes in. And pretty simple tonight: chicken tortilla soup and dirt, Oreo dirt. Dessert. I'm gonna let my animal in. There you go. And let the doggy in the doors. And I do mean doors. More than one.
Janice is here.
Hi, Janice. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you actually got a notification, or at least I'm hoping that's what happened, because
Usually finally have a chance to see your live stream again.
yay.
Ronald's here.
Hi, Ronald. Good. You guys are getting some kind of notifications. I didn't have it scheduled for today until 5 minutes ago. I got to looking. It's like, wait a minute. I put it for next Saturday. It's like, well, no, wasn't planning on skipping a weekend. So I'm glad some folks are here. So that's awesome.
Paul is here. Hope all is well. Snowing and -9 right there now.
Wow, -9. That's darn chilly. It's not snowing here. It's actually been pretty nice today, in the 30s, low 40s. But that's after a week of snow, and so.
Natalie's saying hi on her lunch break. She catch us on the replay.
Hello, Natalie, on her lunch break. Good evening. I gotta say hello to Brother Doug and his lovely wife Char. Hope you guys had a good night, and I know what they had for dinner because I talked to them just a few minutes ago. They had lasagna with garlic bread and salad.
Yep.
So I want to know what you guys are having or had for your dinner. We're having chicken tortilla soup and Oreo dirt dessert.
Lisa's here, Wild Man with Kim and Nate.
Hey guys, Lisa, Nate, Uncle Wild Man, Uncle Wild Man.
T-Bird's here.
T-Bird, good evening. Awesome.
Yes, I hear him chum chum.
Yep, he's chowing his food. Welcome everybody. Chicken tortilla, the dirt thing. And I guess maybe I'll get started on the dessert now, just so that it has a little longer of a time to set. It's not going to take very long to put it together, and I'm not going to make a huge batch. I'm slowly beginning to learn here that some things I just need to make smaller portions of when I'm doing the live stream. So,
Don's here.
Don?
Got your notification and finally have internet here on Fraser Park Mountain.
Wow.
Making chili for dinner.
Chili! Awesome. Well, I'm glad you're here. Glad you could make it. Welcome, welcome. So I'm just going to kind of estimate a half a pack of this.
Steve Russell's here.
Steve Russell, good evening. About half of that pudding. I don't want to make a whole batch of this dirt. I just don't want to do it. If I keep stocking up on all these big desserts, this isn't going to go away. It's just going to keep blowing up. Okay, let's get a cup of milk to go in that. That was a 2-cup pack of instant French vanilla pudding.
Steve says, could you get behind some lemon flavored tea?
Some lemon flavored tea?
Yep.
Sure. You bet. You bet.
Lisa had egg salad and chips for dinner.
Egg salad and chips. That's all right. It's been a while since I've had egg salad, but I do make it from time to time. This old guy isn't really a fan of it, but all right, I got to get this whipped up here. Hang on a minute, folks. I don't even know if this is gonna work. I don't know if I put enough in or not. Gonna find out. Not looking good.
Don says they're snowed in there, 3 foot of snow outside and more coming.
Yep. We've had a few nights like that here, but
Yep.
not lately. Not lately. We've had some good snows, a foot or so, but our house is like right on the highway, so the plows come through fairly soon after a snow. It just kind of depends on when the snow is. So, how much? All right, let me try this again. It's got to resemble pudding somewhat, I would think. Some of you folks may like just go, oh, you're doing it wrong, because I never use instant pudding.
Paula says, hi Tom, you and the missus need to come to Vermont to whip up some desserts with Vermont maple syrup, aka liquid gold.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love that.
Ralph's here, sorry he's a few minutes late.
Oh, that's okay, Ralph. Hello, all the way from New Zealand. We'd like to go to Vermont. There's a lot of places we'd like to take a road trip to. One of the stopping points is 2 big dogs. Trying to find places on the way that take dogs or accept dogs, pets.
Hey, Tremley.
And he's over there eating.
Well, yeah, and he keeps bumping the camera.
Oh, is that what he's doing?
That's what he's doing.
Come over and eat your food, dude. There you go. Crazy kid.
He ate all of Polly's now, is all he does.
Okay, so that's set up good. All right, I can get rid of that. No, I can't. I'll still use it. Okay, so I've never made this before. I think I've eaten it like once, maybe. This is not generally a dessert that I would make. But it's going to be fun to try it, I suppose. All right. So I guess I'll pull out the big guns here. And crash. Get the paddle on there and get the cream cheese. It calls for cream cheese and some powdered sugar. A little bit of butter.
Ralph says, sounds like you guys should get a camper van and do some freedom camping.
Well, we'd love to get instead of a camper, I would really prefer just to have a small RV. But don't see that happening anytime soon. So. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of estimate how much of this cream cheese to use. Like I said, I'm just trying to make a smaller batch of this.
Steve says he wants a truck camper.
Truck and camper. Yeah, they're okay. We would definitely need something a little larger just because of the dogs. All right. And let's see here. Cream cheese. A little bit of powdered sugar. I know what's going to happen as soon as I turn this thing on. It happens every time. If there's powdered sugar or flour in it, I get this little white puff that goes everywhere. All right, powdered sugar. And what else? Where'd my butter? I pulled it out here a few minutes ago. Where'd I put it? Oh boy. Right there. Hiding under the box. Right there in plain sight. Okay. Maybe it'll be such a small amount that, hey, what do you know?
He says, I essentially live in bed. I essentially live in bed, so I would be right at home.
Live in bed.
Ralph said it would take you a while to get used to driving on the left-hand side over here.
Oh yeah, I bet it would. You know, I've imagined that, especially when I was in Europe, and there's some places that they have really weird crossovers when they change from driving on the right side to driving on the left side. They kind of have these weird X things going into some other countries.
Sykes is here?
I'm sorry, what?
Sykes is here?
Sykes!
He says, hey, can you make an authentic New York chopped cheese? The Okie way, as the kids would say in the day.
A chopped cheese. Can you give me a little more explanation of what a chopped...
New York chopped cheese.
The New York chopped cheese. Well, I don't know. Let's ask him. What is that? Can you let me know what a chopped cheese is? A New York chopped cheese. I'm not sure I've ever heard of that. And that's okay, because I like things that I've never heard of or never done before. Absolutely. Most things. There's been a couple of things that we've made on the stream that we didn't care for much. But that's okay. That's the way it goes.
T-Bird says it's 55 degrees in Pueblo.
Wow. That's pretty nice. 55, dang.
Yeah. Lisa says she would like to have a Winnebago.
Yeah. I want just a small one. A Winnie Pooh.
Or a mini Winnie.
A mini Winnie, yep.
Have you tried the Hers Carolina Reaper cheese curls?
Not yet. I have yet to see them. I've had some of the Hers products, but I think the last one, the puffs I had was, I think maybe a habanero or something. I haven't seen the Carolina Reaper one.
So that was Steve that asked you that.
Yeah, I did not yet. I haven't seen it. I want to.
So Sykes says it's like a Philly cheesesteak, but with ground beef instead of ribeye strips, and it's on a burger bun.
Sure. I could totally do that. Burgers. I love burgers. So, we're going to write it down.
Like a Philly cheesesteak on a but with burger. Okay, yeah. I got it.
All right. That's definitely something I could do. Okay. That stuff is in there. Now I got to mix those two together. Crush up the Oreos. And then I can kind of jabber jaw with y'all for a minute.
Greg Wells is here.
Hey, Greg. Good evening. All right, let's see. Sorry about the loudness there, guys.
By the way, let me get back. Wow, Greg says my most favorite Sunday live stream.
Well, thank you, Greg.
T-Bird says he cheats his thermometers in the sun.
And who was it that asked me if I licked to lick the beater last time?
Greg.
Craig?
Scott's here.
Hi, Scott. Happy Saturday. Mm-hmm. That's okay. You know, maybe sometime I'll do a version of this dessert where you actually have to do something other than just mix pre-made ingredients.
Greg says me. Thank you.
All right.
Ralph,
What's that?
Ralph says, do you use the term cut cheese over there to mean a fart?
Cut the cheese? You bet.
Greg says that takes his anxiety away.
All right, I'm not, and again, guessing on the cookies here. We'll see if this is enough. Let's put them in my food processor and I guess turn them into dirt. Might have to do that again. Looks like dirt. That's probably enough to do the two desserts. Alrighty.
Greg says fancy.
Oh yeah. Fancy schmancy. Whatever that means. Okay, so let's start with putting a little bit of this goop on the bottom of the bowl here.
Great Sea Crew. Hello, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy and everyone.
Hey, hey, hey! How you doing, Tim? Hope you had a good week. And really, Nate and Liz, Uncle Les, I mean, Tim, what are you guys having for dinner? Everybody. What are you guys having for food? Greg? Ralph? Who did I miss? Scott?
Greg says the dirt will just taste awesome.
Alright, yeah. That's cookie dirt. So it says to layer it in, so there's some... Am I going to guess make it a good thick layer? I don't know. I saw one recipe that called for the gummy worms. I got them, but then I just couldn't do it to them, so I set them free. One, you Wasco worms, one!
Greg Wells says I can see Lulu looking for dropped food.
Oh yeah. That's what he's doing his job. He does it well. Scanning the floors for foreign objects that need to be disposed of. Looks like I called this just about right here. Whoop. Get this spread out. This was not too difficult. Okay. You know what? I can still get more. Let's get all I can out of it. Hey Janice, I got a question for you. If you're still there, since I'm really unfamiliar with what's available as far as like seafood and whatnot, I would imagine though that there are places in the like LA area there where one could go and get some fresh oysters, because that time is coming up quick.
Greg Will says free vacuuming, just like my movie.
Yep. Free food vacuumers.
And Ralph says we don't really plan dinner here. I think for the most, Kiwis is just to slap together whatever's in the fridge or cupboards.
Okay.
Tim said that they had takeout tonight: Papa John's pepperoni pizza, and some barbecue chicken poppers, and garlic breadsticks.
Nice. Yeah, there's times where I wish I could do something like that, but yeah. You gotta live within a reasonable distance of the place. Okay. That's all done. Woo! Okay. Stick it in the fridge. Dessert's done. Wow, that was a lot of... Oh! See, I forgot a component because I didn't pull it out.
Oh, yep.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just put some on the top.
Let me see an Oreo.
I was supposed to put Cool Whip in the mix too. I neglected to do so. The shame. And so now I'm just gonna have to throw some on the top, and oh well. It'll be snow-covered dirt. Well, let's hope I keep it together for the dinner. Don't be forgetting stuff in that.
Oh.
That'd be like forgetting to put the chicken in the chicken tortilla. I don't want to do that. I will talk about it a little bit just because I'm not going to start it just yet. It won't take long for it, but I am going to put in some cilantro. I got a couple of small sweet peppers, red and green one. I got a jalapeno. I got some onion. I've got some nice mellow Anaheim chilies. I got a poblano that I'm going to pop in there too. So poblano pepper, some mixed veg, and of course the chicken.
Greg says the dirt will still taste amazing.
It will.
Janet said we'll look for some restaurants with fresh oysters for you.
Well, I don't necessarily want a restaurant. They're not going to serve it to me the way I'm going to ask for it. It's for my 1,000th sub live stream, and I have to eat my oysters with the Vienna sausages and chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing, and I really don't think any restaurant is going to serve them to me that way, or have a live stream there. But just a place to buy them is all I need. I just don't know what's available or whatever. So, but I'm hoping it won't be long. Creeping up on that 700. So this is awesome.
Ralph says, I love simple meals, so sometimes I just stick a slice of bread into a can of baked beans. No need to remove them from the can.
Yep. I've seen that's a popular snack for the Brits as well, toast and beans. Yeah, just like I guess what we would call pork and beans. Only in your case, Ralph, I imagine it hold the pork.
And Greg says, thanks, old guy and good lady, for teaching me how to cook.
Oh, well. I think you've probably made it this far cooking your stuff without me, but thank you. I appreciate that. Next week we have Nacho Bake, and I'm not sure exactly what that means. So I'll create my interpretation of that, I suppose. I don't really like to. Sometimes I'll look at recipes just to kind of see what's what. But a lot of times when I make stuff that's requested, I try to put my twist on things. So it may or may not be a proper this or that.
Greg says, from one old guy to another, LOL.
Old guy, I'm going to be dead any minute.
Jenna said there are some seafood markets right along the beaches too.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Get stuff set up and do the deed. I'm not looking forward to it because let's face it, those four things do not belong together in the same bite. They just don't. And I don't like oysters anyway, not raw ones. So I know a lot of people do, but just love raw oysters. The oyster bar, just eat them on down. For me, I just I don't know. Maybe my tastes have changed, but whether I like it or not, I still don't think it's going to be good with the Vienna sausage and chocolate syrup and blue cheese dressing.
Eli says, hello, what did I miss?
Who's here?
Eli.
Eli! Good evening, man.
Says, what I miss?
I made the Oreo dirt dessert and forgot the Cool Whip. So I'm going to put some on top and it'll be snowy dirt. I'm going to get started on some soup here, I guess, and have a little fun. I'm hungry, as always. So, 4 cups of chicken stock here.
Ken said blue cheese dressing is his favorite.
Is it? Do you think it would be your favorite if you had it with chocolate syrup and Vienna sausages and some raw oyster? Would you still like it as much then?
Steve says dirt dessert won.
It did. Dirt dessert won. And I was actually surprised by that. I thought for sure that the tomato soup cake would win because that's the most unique. I've never even heard of it. Now, I did do a ketchup and mustard cake. I was a little disappointed because the mustard frosting didn't actually contain any mustard. It was just turmeric to make it yellow. But the cake actually did call for ketchup, and it was a pretty good cake. So the tomato soup cake is different. It's odd, and I'm hoping that I get to make it one of these weekends. We'll see. All right.
Eli said he had some really nice pearl couscous today.
Nice.
Emmanuel's here.
Good evening, Manuel. How are you, sir? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I'm going to cut some chicken.
Steve says good. And Greg says I would probably say yes.
Awesome.
And Eli says you would be amazed the weird combinations that taste good when the munchies hit.
Oh, I bet. Well, no, I don't have to imagine. I know.
Tim says, I don't know about that, LOL, but you know me. I would give it a shot.
Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not looking forward to it. If I am there doing it, that means I got to my 1,000 subs, and for my little channel here, that's, I think, quite the achievement. So I would really like to celebrate that.
Heber says, ugh, Vienna sausages, I don't like them. My brother eats them. My brother eats them. A lot, he says.
I don't like them as much as I used to. I used to I sit down and eat a can and, maybe have some crackers or something with it, but not anymore. As a matter of fact, I made myself a chili dog the other day, and the chili was fine, but I'm really losing my taste for these mass-produced crappy hot dogs. I'm not even Nathan's is really that good of a hot dog. Just losing my faith in the meat industry.
Don says tomato soup cake is actually really good.
Oh, you've had that, huh? Cool.
Daniel said he's doing good. Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, absolutely.
Greg says, I can't wait. You never know. You might have created an amazing flavor.
Yeah, maybe. Well, maybe I'll readdress this dirt dessert with some real ingredients. Like instead of using cream cheese and Cool Whip, I would probably use some mascarpone and some whipped cream, add a little bit of vanilla to it, bake a big chocolate cookie, and actually make the stuff and not just open the package.
Janice said they're having a thunderstorm right now.
Ooh, thunder. Thunderstorms are actually kind of cool.
Ralph says going AFK to get some sachet drinks, but we'll have the audio going on in the background.
Awesome. Okay. Well, cool. AFK HAW.
Ralph told Janice that he wishes that she could send it there. He loves storms.
Ah.
And Steve said, if I have to eat a bad hot dog, I must be drunk, and it must be cooked over a campfire.
Yeah, I guess I'd still eat one if it was actually, like I liked it as a kid, absolutely charred, burnt black on the outside.
Daniel asked, do you like chocolate hearts?
Yeah, I like chocolate hearts, okay? It just depends on the company, Some chocolate is definitely better than others.
Eli wants to know if you like Miracle Whip.
I do. Kind of grew up on Miracle Whip. My family never really used mayonnaise. I don't think either of my parents liked mayonnaise, so I grew up on Miracle Whip. However, I would, in a lot of cases, I just would prefer to make my own mayo and flavor it, whatever.
Craig says, my head is spinning now, Tom. Calm down. Tim says, I like the red beef Canadian hot dogs. A little pricey, but they're good.
There was many years ago, my mom had gone back east. That's where my parents were from, the upstate New York area, and her hometown, they had a butcher shop there, and they made their own hot dogs, and she had some sent to Colorado, and I tried them, and I was just, now those are a hot dog I would eat. Amazing.
Edger.
Ed, good evening. Wow, 2 weeks in a row. This is cool. Getting some tortilla soup going. Just kind of getting some veg added in here.
Hebert said that he worked in a small store in Trinidad. Couldn't find what was smelling in the can aisle. It was a can of Vienna sausages with a pinhole in it. It was bad.
Yeah, I bet.
Lisa said, "Hey Tom, I got the tomato soup cake recipe out of my mom's recipe book. If you need a recipe, let me know."
Cool. I do have one. Found it from a vintage recipe site. A lot of those old recipes are really interesting. There was one I did several months ago with Val over at Trippy Food. We did I think it was a dessert. I'm not sure if it was a dessert or a side dish, but what it was a cake donut stuffed with cream cheese, not cream cheese, but cottage cheese in the hole, and then a whole prune on the top of that, and a couple of prunes on the side, with a leaf of lettuce underneath it all. And it was prune salad, is what they called it, with that one leaf of lettuce. It wasn't great. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great.
Manuel says it's Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day.
I don't know where he lives, but Eli says raw oyster aioli.
Ooh, that sounds totally disgusting. Whoop.
Manuel says he likes chocolate hearts.
Turn that heat down before I have a big explosion over my stove.
Don said, "Me too. My parents never had mayo, only Miracle Whip. Never knew what mayo was until I moved out on my own."
Yeah, I'm not sure it was that the same way for me. I think I, at some point, probably went to a burger place. Might have been Burger King, because they put mayonnaise on their burgers. That's probably when I discovered that I don't like mayonnaise.
T-Bird said, "Someone please give Chum Chum a morsel to eat."
Well, he just ate his dinner. Okay, let's get some
Smoked out 420s here.
Smoke Out 420. Good evening. Good evening. We've got some chicken tortilla soup rocking over here. I'm just getting some veg in there. We got a couple different kinds of peppers. Got some jalapenos in there. Got some Anaheim chilies. Got the chicken. I'm fixing to add a little bit of poblano pepper and some mixed veg, a little cilantro. This is going to be some good soup. It's just going to take a minute to kind of build those flavors.
Eli says, "I'm one of the least picky eaters you will ever find, but I can't do cottage cheese."
I don't mind cottage cheese. I just don't. There's just some things that I don't like it in. For example, lasagna. I hate lasagna that was made with cottage cheese. It's just a textural thing, you know. I like the cottage cheese. I've had desserts made with cottage cheese instead of ricotta cheese, and again, it's a texture thing. Just not good. All right, let's get the cilantro.
T-Bird's feeding his girls, but he'll be listening in the background.
All right, well, that's fine.
Tim says cottage cheese with pineapple is good.
Yep. Cottage cheese with peaches is good.
Ryan the Lion is here.
Ryan the Lion!
My favorite old man on the internet.
Well, Ryan the Lion, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't remember seeing you in Old Guy's Kitchen on a Saturday night before, so welcome in. Give him a welcome, folks. Give Lion a big welcome. I make what you guys request every Saturday night, so pull yourself up a chair, have yourself a seat, grab yourself a cold one out of the fridge, and let's have some food here in a little bit.
Greg says the moo-moo is dangerous at the moment. If you feed that cow at the moment, you might need to count your fingers.
That was just a little bit of mixed vegetable there, guys. They were frozen at one point. And I'm going to peel part of this poblano. I don't think I want to put the whole thing in. Oh, it's peeling beautifully. Very nice. Couldn't ask for better. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Said I'm not going to put this whole poblano in. Oh, why not? Let's just put it all in.
Ryan says thank you. A real warm welcome.
Awesome. That's what I like. Okay. So far, so good. We got the onions and everything in there. Just going to move this out of the way. That's it for getting that soup started. Got one last step to go with the tortillas. Rinse this hands off again.
Eli wants to know how Chum's leg is.
Chumley's leg is much better. It's still not 100%, but it's better this week than it was last. It's going to take time. It could take another 2 or 3 weeks, really, before it's fully healed. But he is much better. Let's get this out of the way.
Kim says I just picked up some of the Campbell's spicy tortilla soup.
I'll have to try that. Me and canned stuff usually don't get along very well. Canned soups, especially. Occasionally, I'll still eat a canned tomato soup, but let's see. I bought a minestrone. I think it was a Campbell's, just ready to eat. It was terrible. It had so much salt in it. I couldn't hardly eat it. It was not good. They replaced everything, all the good ingredients with salt. Speaking of salt, let's add some spices and stuff to this here soup while we're just going. Get these guys off. Oh, really? All right. So I'm going to just add a couple pinches of oregano. Got some chili powder here, and I'm going to put in at least 2 tablespoons, maybe a tablespoon and a half around there. Good shake of garlic salt. Oh, it's a good thing I looked at that. That's not my garlic salt. I need to remark this. This is citric acid, and that would have really made that, let's say, beyond tart.
Greg says, just like a professional, you're a 3-hat chef from Colorado.
Yeah, 3-hat, huh?
And Eli says, I've been craving grilled cheese and tomato basil.
Oh, I love tomato basil. Yep. Lots of nice heavy cream. I'm going to throw in just another pinch. Here I've got some rubbed sage I want to throw in. Chili powder, and I got some black pepper I want to put in, but I grabbed a can that isn't open.
Greg says, I love how you measure things just like me.
Yep. Well, it really depends on what I'm making. If I'm making something like a cake where things really need to be measured out, I'll do that. But yeah, most of the time, especially things like soup, they're pretty forgiving, as long as you don't over salt it, you're probably going to be okay. Turn that down.
Eli says, hashtag almost, oh no.
Yeah, almost. Okay, wow. It looks really good, and it smells even better. I have not forgot the lime, but that's going to be happening at the last minute. Now, the tortilla part of the chicken tortilla. Right? It wouldn't be chicken tortilla soup. Where that tortilla is now, would it?
Jana said I just posted a Chipotle chicken toasty with a tomato basil soup review
Ooh,
that she did at Not Very Fun.
that sounds good. That sounds really good. Still jealous of all the places you get to go and eat. There's like, around here, there's like 3 choices to go and get food of any worth. Alright, so, here, I'll set this over here. I'm just gonna, small, right, street taco size corn tortillas, and I'm just gonna cut them into some little matchstick slivers here. I've had tortilla soup that had like crushed up bits of flour tortilla in the soup, and I didn't care for that very much. I didn't care for the texture that it gave it, and I also didn't like the flavor very much. I would much prefer to have this type of tortilla rocking in there. So pull out the fabulous, fantastic Farberware fryer. I'm going to toss these in. Fry up.
Greg says, whoa, I wasn't expecting this.
Fry those off here. You can tell when they're crispy, when the frying bubbles get really tiny. That's when it's going to be crispy.
Tim said, my one uncle swears tomato soup is good with Oreos. I have yet to test it, but I think I will for a wacky food combo.
Why not? Why not? All right. These are done. Put it in a bowl here. Whoop. Let's get them scooped out. If I can get them on the strainer thing. I've tried using basket for these, and the basket's even worse. You get them sticking in the basket hole. The basket weave. Somehow basket hole don't sound right. All right, that's good. Hit these with a little bit of salt. Woo! Okay. That's good to go. Shut that fryer down. The soup is cooking. We are good to go. Just let that simmer for a little bit. I suppose we can take a moment and bring over the wheel. Bring over the food wheel.
Here's a link to Janice's thing that you wanted, Greg. I'll post it, because I'm not sure she can do it.
As a moderator, she should be able to.
Can she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so, but go ahead. All right, guys. So loaded nacho baked. Let me get that right. Baked nachos next week, and the week after that. The week after that is. It just landed on an empty one. And out of all those, it landed on empty. Monster Heat, which is good. I'm glad that it did.
Wait. I don't know what I did.
What'd you do?
I don't know. Your stream went away.
Oh, damn it.
can't do that anymore.
Okay, now let's make sure. Okay, guys,
Sorry about that.
we're back. Can you guys hear and see us? Hear and see me now? Am I back? I don't know, Mr. Guy accidentally clicked the wrong click. So anyway, I was going to say that you guys need to go over and check out Monster Heat in his channel. He just won a pepper competition, hot pepper eating contest. In Canada there somewhere, and I don't remember I don't know the exact name of the contest, but he had it live streamed. He won first place. So go on over and check out that video. I'm sure it'll be posted here. You know how live streams will come up afterwards. So check out the replay. It's awesome. All right, so another spin. That one was empty. What do we got? Okay, here we go. This one was requested by Scott. Scott's here tonight, is he not?
Yep, he was.
Well, Scott,
Not sure if he still is, but
if you're still here, you're up week after next with chicken fried steak. Yummy! I absolutely love chicken fried steak, so that's going to be a fun one to do. We'll put this over here.
everybody says everything's all good.
Awesome.
And Janice says, Tom, you don't have any mods. We can hear and see you okay.
Good.
And Greg says, Madam, Madam is just spicing things up. Scott says, I'm here. Chicken fried steak. Heck yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So yeah, week after next. You are up, sir. Just gonna grab some bowls. It is not gonna be horribly long before this dinner's gonna be ready, which is fine with me. I'm gonna give it a taste. Let's see. Let's hear a vote. How many of you think that I'm gonna be satisfied with the flavor the way it is, or do you think I'm gonna have to add anything else to it? I want to know. Now, that's excluding the lime and the tortillas.
Scott says, just got back. Great timing.
Ah, yeah, I'm glad you did. That is great timing. So, yeah. Before I taste it, I'm going to wait till we get a couple of answers in.
Scott says, random, but are you a fan of corn nuts?
Oh, yeah. Love corn nuts. I've tried several of the flavors. Yep, big corn nut fan. You bet. I'll sit down and crunch a package down.
Steve says, satisfied. Scott says, I think you're going to add a little something, nothing major.
Okay. Got a little something. Got one good and one add.
And Janice said me, but I'm not sure. Oh. For the mods, I guess.
She's got a blue wrench.
Nope.
Then she's not a mod. You'll have to click on her name and do something.
Janice said that she thinks she'll be satisfied, and Lisa says you are going to add something.
So it's about even right now.
Yep. Don says, I think it will be fine, maybe a little salt.
So we have an add something. All right, so I think the add something's just barely eked out the gonna like it is. Let's see. There's some of the broth. Here we go. I'm dropping the spoon. That's really good. I like it like that. They're delicious. Very tasty.
Greg says, oh my God, that cow is getting close, Tom, an old and good lady. see him.
You're gonna come over and say hi to Daddy?
Scott says, what's your favorite flavor of corn nuts? I just bought a bag of barbecue corn nuts and I think I'm going to finish the bag tonight.
Yeah, barbecue is really good. I don't know if I have a favorite flavor. I really like the original, just because they're so salty. I guess I'd have to be right there with you. Other than the original, I think the barbecue is about the best flavor. I tried the ranch ones and I didn't really care for those, and the hot spicy ones, I don't think they were particularly hot or spicy. So, Chumley, come here.
We watched the video of Moby the other day, Greg.
Yeah, we saw you and Moby walking through like a park or something by the water's edge. Looked like a really nice place.
Yep. Tim said he did a spoon drop. Bam, nailed it.
That's it. Bam, that's it.
Greg says, I wish I could hug that cow.
Yeah. That'd be, I wish you could too. That would mean that we're in the same presence of each other and we could actually, toss one back or something. I'll drink a root beer with you. Root me up another sarsaparilla there, barkeep.
Greg says, yep, was me.
New George and Pudgy episode coming up, folks. And Uncle Les, I want to let you know that the Myers Crossing isn't gone away, it's just not finished. So that will still happen.
Don said original corn nuts is his favorite, barbecue is second.
Yep. Same here. I mean, I like the barbecue okay. I do. A lot better than, like I said, some of the other ones. I didn't like the ranch ones.
Greg says, hell yeah. LOL.
Chumley dog. He's all wagging his tail.
Ralph says, just back with my vanilla latte. Hopefully I didn't miss anything.
No, didn't miss a thing. Well, except for me, I think, nailing the flavor that I wanted on this soup. I'm not going to add anything to it, so I'm happy with that. And as long as Mrs. Old Guy thinks it's that way too, then I guess it's a home run. Right now, I just hit the ball.
Yeah, I like lattes too, Ralph. They're good.
You know how many times I've been into a Starbucks, folks? Not one. Not a single time. Just when I heard how expensive it is to go in and get a cup of coffee, it's like, nah. $5, $6, $8, $10 for a freaking coffee. I'll go to a Denny's, sit down and pay $2 for a bottomless cup, and just keep drinking it. So.
Those are places other than Starbucks sells lattes. So.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Is it?
Starbucks. Yeah, I know that there's places that sell lattes. Just a fancy word for freaking milk with coffee with milk. Latte.
Greg says, LOL baseball reference.
Best bechamel. Bechamel sauce made by a 5-star restaurant. Oh, you mean country gravy?
Steve agrees Starbucks is horrible.
There you go. Come on. There he is. Aww. Yes. Kiss? Can I get a kiss? Chumley, can I get a kiss? Please. Give me a kiss. Oh, that was beautiful. Good job. Did you see that? Yes. He doesn't lick my face. He gives me a kiss. Yes, such a good boy. I'm such a good boy. Can we do this tonight? Can we do this?
Greg says, Greg says, hit it for 6. Cricket reference, Aussie. He says, oh, thank you.
Look at that. Chun-Li the Wonder Dog.
Ralph says we have a ton of sachets, and coffee machines.
Satchels?
SACHETS. Sachets. Greg says, hug that dog to death.
Oh yeah, he's a good boy.
Don says he's such a good dog.
He's a good boy. Needs to lose a little weight, but he's a good boy. Oh, chase the cat. Yeah, this is one house where the cat does not dominate. A lot of houses, the cat will, just terrorize the dogs, and the dogs will be afraid. Or be real good friends, with the doggies. Nope. Nope. She does not chase the dogs chase her. Sorry, Chuck. I'm not going to get up and let you out that way.
Do you need to go outside, Chili? Come on.
Go out back.
There you go.
That's better. It's only one door to open instead of two the other way. Guess he's not going outside. Well, isn't that a surprise? Well, I'm telling you, folks, that this was a little simpler for me tonight, and I don't mind having a stream where not only do I trash my entire kitchen, but I have to hurry to get things done. And tonight it's kind of nice just to be able to chat with you guys a little bit. Maybe talk a little bit about what other types of foods would you like to see me do, maybe get a few more requests. And I have a question that I would like to ask you guys. Now, the wheel is all fine and good, but it's fixed in the meaning that the only those that are on the wheel are going to have a chance of being chosen. And the new requests that we're getting in, well, it's going to be months before they would go up on that wheel. So I was thinking about that the other day, and I thought about doing a kind of a tumbling basket sort of thing where we have a slip of paper with the name of the person and what they requested, and we can just add to it every week. Of course, it'll get to the point where it's too full and we can't put it anymore, but I think it would allow a bigger chance for other people to get their request in. I don't know. So I'm just curious what you guys think. Instead of doing the wheel, all the requests just kind of go into a cage and it gets turned like a bingo thing. So what do you guys think? Curious about that. The thought kind of has been dancing around in my head. And it doesn't use the pole very well.
Wild Man wants to know if Chumley will make a video of his own.
Don't know.
And Greg says, don't forget the food, Tom.
No, I'm not forgetting the food. Luckily, there's nothing to burn tonight. The soup would have to go dry.
T-Bird and Red says, I walked out of the Starbucks waiting on the corner for the light. A car ripped around the corner and hand plopped 5 cents into my $8 cup of joe. Greg says, good people in Colorado helping people in the world.
Yeah, well.
Scott says a big raffle will would pick to pick from is a good idea, like Hunger Games.
Okay.
Jenna says it sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Don says it sounds like a good idea for a way to do it.
All right.
Lisa says I said bingo, lol.
Okay, well, I guess that's a positive thing from the crowd. So that's what I will. I'll work on that. So over the next, it's not going to happen for the next 2 weeks at least. So we've already spun for a week after next, and that'll give us time to get everything ready and I'll get the basket. And the basket's going to be, I've got an old barbecue rotisserie basket for like vegetables or chicken parts or whatever. This has never been used, and so I can use that. I figure out a way to hook it up to something and give it a little spin and pop open the door. So.
And I just want to mention something to Scott, I think it was, wanted to know how that pecan pie turned out.
Oh yeah, the
He
pecan
wanted us
pie.
to say something about it on the stream, and I
Yeah,
forgot.
thank you for that. The pecan pie was way overcooked. I mean, way overcooked. It was so overcooked, it was like eating toffee. It was just sticky and chewy, and it didn't have the texture at all of a pie. It was like eating gooey pecan candy with a crust.
Yep, pretty much.
Didn't taste bad. It still tasted okay, but yeah, it was severely overbaked.
John's here.
Hi, John.
He's in line at Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. You quiero Taco Bell.
And Steve says no reason why Starbucks is as expensive as it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, just fancy name for, they're just fancy coffee for too much money, and it's just no thank you. I'm not that big on coffee anyway. I mean, pretty much your regular old Folgers coffee.
Ed says makes sense. The will thing, I think.
Yeah, well, thank you. I'm glad it makes sense to some of you. I didn't know if it did or not.
Steve said people only get Starbucks to be seen with it for some reason.
Yeah, boy, look at my status symbol. I just paid $8 for a coffee. Really? I just paid $1 for mine at McDonald's.
Ralph said it would be cool if each got a bingo card and having that as a decider.
Yeah, that would be difficult, I think. And a little more effort than it would be worth. Just spinning the baskets couldn't be good enough.
T-Bird says, Mr. OG, cash money, highest bidder gets on the menu will.
Oh yeah, well that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Yep. Yep. You want to pay for the meal? I'll be glad to make it. The more money you want to give, the better the meal's gonna be. You send me $20, it's gonna be burgers. You send me $100 and it's gonna be something a lot better. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see if these are good.
Janice says we only go to Starbucks to review items. Their black coffee is kind of bitter. We go to the one next to the Knott's exit because they give us our pass holder discount.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yeah, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with going to Starbucks. Let me get that. You know, lots of people love it. I mean, they didn't get to be around the world if they didn't. You know, people didn't like it. So it's just not my cup of tea.
Scott says fancy coffee for me is when I put French vanilla creamer in my instant folder.
That's about it. And that's something else I don't care for either. Is the flavored stuff. The French vanilla I've had, it's okay, but yeah, I take sugar and some milk or a little cream. Good enough.
Don's like, yep, me too. Way too expensive for coffee.
Yeah, I'll spend $1 at McDonald's, and even though their coffee's like really strong, I'll just keep dumping in half and half and adding sugar to it till I think it's okay to drink. But by then, I've added so much crap to it that it's really not hot coffee anymore. It's more lukewarm.
Eli says, I went to Starbucks once till I realized that I had to learn a new language just to order
Just to
coffee.
order something. Yeah, no
wants
kidding.
to know, do you like tea?
I do. I used to drink teas most of the time. I didn't drink coffee at all. I was back when I was really having issues with my guts. Not that I don't still, but so for I think probably about 5 years or so, I didn't drink any coffee, just tea. And the tea I prefer is just a plain old Lipton type tea. You know, just I don't like the Earl Grey, and I didn't like Celestial Seasoning, Sleepy Time, and all these other weird concoctions that they've got. Just plain old regular Lipton type tea. That's fine with me.
Greg says, sorry, I'm back.
Wow, I didn't know you were gone, but thank you. I'm glad you're back.
Eli says, I drink tea every day. Don says Earl Grey is his favorite tea.
Yeah, it's not that I haven't tried Earl Grey. It's okay. It's just, yeah.
Eli likes green tea with honey and lemon.
Yeah. Green tea's okay. It's just, yeah. I guess everybody's got their preference, so.
Greg says, I drink tea every day. Not what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, okay.
Ralph says, I do love coffee with some Baileys in it.
Yes, now that's something I'll drink once in a great while. Back when I was a single guy, Mrs. Old Guy was watching my son for me, and I came home exceptionally drunk. Had been drinking White Russians all night, which is coffee and Kahlua, cream, and yeah, I was
really drunk.
I was really drunk.
Greg says red tea.
Red tea? I've had a red tea, but I don't know if it was the same thing. It was one of these celestial seasoning teas, and I don't know. It might have been like Red Zinger or something, I think was the name of it.
Scott says tamale tea with a little milk and honey is his favorite.
That sounds all right. Okay, I'm not going to wait anymore. I am hungry. I'm sure that it is completely cooked through. Have fun with a little bit of lime here.
Greg says nope. And Don asked, what is red tea?
That's a good question.
Greg says it's good for the cholesterol.
Okay. Let's have some soup. You ready, Miss Silver?
I am ready.
Cool.
Been ready.
Been ready. Well, let me make you wait no more. Put some of these nice crispy tortillas on the top. Okay, we'll give these folks a peek before I pass it over. Yeah, get my light going on here. All right. Here we go, folks. See that okay?
Can you tip it a little?
A little bit.
See it okay?
Got it down a little bit?
Yeah,
How's
that's
that?
better.
Chicken tortilla. Alright, you squeeze that lime on there as you see fit.
Thank you.
There's your eating device.
Thank you.
An entrenching tool, as we called it in the Army. Shut the light off. All right.
Greg says soup time.
It is soup time.
Scott says, do you think Chum or Polly would eat soup?
I'm sure they would. Maybe not this kind, but other kinds, sure.
Greg says, more lime, please.
There's she got a nice little thick wedge of lime to squeeze on there.
Yeah. Scott says, wow, looks amazing. Great presentation.
Oh, thank you. A little bit of twist on mine. All right.
Tim has a request.
Great.
Hungarian chicken paprikash, I guess.
Okay.
Or how about standing rib roast?
We will see. All right. They're getting written down, and they'll go into a basket here at some point. Got some tortilla strips, chicken, a little bit of lime juice in there.
Lisa says, sounds good. Greg says, slurp.
Wow.
Steve says, favorite juice.
That's really nice. It could be a little bit spicier, but other than that, that's a killer soup.
It is really good.
It is. It's delicious. Ah.
T-Bird says his pit bull Nellie eats cooked veggies.
Yeah. My other American bulldog, my other Chumley, he was the veg head. He liked his fruit too. Bananas, pears, peaches, watermelon, apples. He liked green beans. He liked cauliflower. He liked broccoli. He liked peas. He'd eat raw carrot. He was a veg head. These guys, not so much.
Polly eats more than Chumley does.
Yeah.
Or she'll try more than Chumley does.
She does. She's a little more adventurous when it comes to trying food. Chumley's a little more reserved. He'll sniff it, and I've seen him walk away from a lot of stuff.
Greg says his Moby eats raw carrots. T-Bird said great plate.
This is delicious. And the thing is, it's not. It's not a giant batch, so. I'm not going to get sick of eating it. Got just enough for a bowl each tomorrow. That is if I don't eat it tonight. You got another request there?
I did.
What was that?
Dawn says, Hungarian goulash.
Okay.
Beans, I'm of a Hungarian descent.
So,
It's great on a cold day.
are you talking the American? I'll just say version of goulash or real Hungarian goulash. If so, I'm going to have to get started a little early.
And another one from Eli, buttered chicken and yellow rice.
Okay, that sounds really good. They all sound good.
Scott says, my dog hated vegetables. If I give him a burger, he would eat the whole thing and somehow always spit out the lettuce and tomato.
That's funny.
Ralph said, you'd be amazed at how many different teas and coffees and lattes we have on the kitchen bench. Caramel latte, vanilla latte, mocha, Irish cream, strong cappuccino, chai latte, etc.
Oh, I imagine. Like like Eli said, it's a whole new language you gotta learn.
Greg says, oh my God, I would strip that lime clean if I was eating next to you. I would say, are you done?
I'm saving another squeeze on that because I'm thinking I might help myself to a little seconds here.
Don says, not the real deal for the Hungarian goulash.
The American style.
Greg says,
I can do that.
requested ham and pineapple pizza.
Yay! I'm not afraid. I like ham and pineapple. It's at a poker game at a friend of mine's house. First time I had pizza with pineapple. What's come to be known as a Hawaiian, right? Canadian bacon, pineapple, and like green onions, or not green onions, but green bell pepper and maybe some onion. And I loved it. I didn't think it was weird at all. What I do think is weird on pizza is fish, like anchovies. Why would you ruin a pizza by putting anchovies on it?
Ralph said we tried Bobby with some avocado the other day and she loved it. She even licked the floor afterwards.
Did you check to make sure that it's okay? I think I read somewhere where avocado isn't particularly good for dogs, but maybe it was something else. That's something I always try to be really watchful of. Things like garlic, onion, mushrooms, carrot, or not carrots, but grapes. They're a lot worse for dogs than chocolate is. I mean, chocolate's not good for them. But
Scott says he loves Canadian bacon and pineapple on pizza. Steve likes Canadian bacon. Don says make the real Hungarian goulash, not the American one.
Real Hungarian goulash, yeah.
That's what he wants you to make, not the American one.
Is that who requested it?
Yes.
Okay, well, I will have to tell you that when the stream starts, it will be a Hungarian goulash in progress because there's no way the amount of time that it takes to make a real good goulash is. I'm gonna have to start it a little sooner than the stream.
Greg says the Aussie pizza is actually bacon and egg with a dropped egg in the middle.
Interesting.
Scott says I had anchovies on a pizza once, and it wasn't too bad. Just made the pizza super salty.
Yeah, I don't care for the smell or the flavor of anchovies. Went in for another scoop, guys.
Greg says, I love anchovies with ham and pineapple. I won't say any more why I like anchovies.
No fish on pizza.
Ralph said, yeah, a small amount is okay for him.
Okay, well that's good.
Eli says, oyster pizza? LOL, just kidding.
Well, oyster pizza would probably not be horrible, just for the fact that the oyster would get cooked. I'm just wondering if it wouldn't get overcooked and get, that really weird texture that overcooked oysters and other things of that nature, like clam, overcooked fried clams. It's just Mrs. Old Guy. I'm gonna break down and drink a soda. Would you hand me one?
I will. Hebert says, yuck, barbecue chicken pizza.
Barbecue chicken pizza, yuck.
Yep.
I would agree with that, only in the fact that, let's see, many years ago, Mrs. Old Guy and I went to Knott's Berry Farm there, and we were in the park. We had rode several rides and whatnot, and decided to get some lunch. We went into a place, it was a pizza, and they had a barbecue chicken pizza on their menu. Now, at the time, I had my pizza restaurant, and I had a barbecue chicken pizza on my menu as well. So I wanted to, taste and see, what the, if it was better or just what, see what they did. And it was the second to the worst pizza I've ever eaten in my life. It was terrible.
Scott said, whenever I make soup, like tortilla soup, I always make extra and freeze it for a future dinner.
Mm-hmm. I've done that. And then unfortunately there's been times where it gets shoved to the back of the freezer and you forget it's in there. Like a year or so later, you pull out this this bag of frozen something or other. I'm not sure what that was. Doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen.
Drake says, okay guys, stop making Tom almost vomit. Don said there is a white clam pizza back east. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be alright.
And Don said barbecue pizza is really good if it's done right.
It is. I had a barbecue pizza at my place. I had people order it regularly, so I guess it must have been okay. Well, 2 bowls of soup.
Ralph said, told me, I think it's great how you support your hubby with his videos. You're a really good couple. Thank you, Ralph. Try to support him in every way I can.
Yes, she sure does. Oh. Woo! Except for, I have yet to get her to let me dress in a chicken suit and chase me around the house with a big stick. On the cell phone, you know, so okay. I guess not, but it sounded like a good idea.
Greg says, "Oh, Ralph, you don't know how big her whip is." Don says, "Oh, Mrs. Old Guy is the best." Greg says, "LOL, I'm all over it."
Well, I'm going to have to say that that particular batch of chicken tortilla soup turned out really, really friggin' good.
Yep, pretty delicious.
And thanks goes out to my brother Doug. He is the one that suggested this. Thank you for watching. He's watching at home, you know, seeing my big smiling gob on his like 55-inch TV set. So is this my better side?
Ralph said that would make a good video.
What would make it good? Oh yeah, chasing me around with a stick.
Greg says, "God bless you both."
Well, thank you, Greg. Thank you very much. Ms. Gold, do you want a little more? No?
I might eat a little more after the stream later.
Okay. I should have made more tortilla strips. Easy enough to fry up a few more. Get a snack
Says,
on 'em.
"Cheers, folks! Another banger I saved on my playlist for your channel."
What?
T-Bird said, "Cheers, folks!
Cheers, folks.
Another banger."
I know, okay.
And then saved it on his playlist for your channel.
Well, thank you, Greg. Or TJ, the T-Bird. God. Get it right. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
And Greg says, "Looking good, big man." And Eli says, "When will Brother Doug be in another video?"
Probably, I don't know. I can't say when Brother Doug might be in another video. I guess it would depend on when he comes back to Colorado.
Or we go there.
Or we, go there. Which is a possibility. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, could you hand me those 2 jars of the marmalade?
Oh, yeah.
So, I think it was 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, I was able to finally come up with some quats, but they weren't kumquats. They were hybrid quats. So I got some lime quats, which is a hybrid of kumquat and key lime, and some mandarin quat, which is mandarin orange and kumquat hybrids. Ate them on stream. They were okay, but I didn't know what to do with them afterwards. So I made marmalade, and I haven't tasted it yet. So I figured maybe this would be a good time to do that. Let's slide this up a little bit. Let's get a spoon.
T-Bird said, "Cheers, Brother Doug."
All right, let's try the lime quat first.
Greg says, "Here's to an amazing week. My heart is out to you both and the cows and the meows."
Wow,
Ralph said they had good weather for Americana yesterday.
yeah,
Americana.
Americana. Pretty cool little event they have in what do you live in?
New Zealand.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to remember what town.
Oh.
New Plymouth, is that right, Ralph? Did I get that name right? They have a celebration of American stuff, cars, namely Americana, and it was pretty cool. It showed a little video of these a lot of classic American cars, on parade, and it looked like fun. Looked like fun.
So which one is that?
This is the lime quat. And all I did was cook this down with some sugar.
No.
It's extremely tart. You don't really get a lime flavor until you chew the rind. It's not great. It's not horrible. By itself, it's not very good. It might be good, like maybe with like mixed in some taco meat or something like that, you know, or maybe some Asian dishes. But yeah, this is not. It's not great by itself. It might be okay on toast, but by itself, it's not that great. Try the mandarin.
Ralph says, "Yep, New Plymouth is right." And Scott said kids were going crazy in Southern California yesterday over the first hail snowstorm in like 30 years. I did see that online.
We did. Didn't see any like news reports or anything, but we did see that they got.
Ed says, "Take care, all."
Ed, thank you for watching tonight. Say hi to your brother. Say hi to your dad if you talk to him, and yeah, we'll see you hopefully next weekend.
Greg says, "More sugar."
Yeah, we'll try this mandarin one. It doesn't have much of an aroma. Wow. Those rinds turn to leather. It's got a really nice flavor. I like the flavor a lot, but the rind, maybe I should have cut it smaller, and maybe the rest of it will be okay, but I got a couple big pieces there, and it was pretty chewy.
Eli says,
got a good flavor, though.
"Would you take a mocktail request?"
A mock
Mocktail.
request.
Yes.
Well, seems how I don't know what that is. Sure. And if it's within reason, I'll do it. Absolutely. But I need to know what it is first.
Greg says the rind can make it bitter.
What to make it better?
The rind can
Oh.
make it bitter.
Yeah, it doesn't. It's not the rind on kumquats are supposed to be edible. I think the problem with this marmalade is I'd never made it before, not with that fruit, and I probably left it in too big a chunk for it to cook down properly, and it may not have actually cooked long enough before it got cooked down. Does that make sense? Should we have some dessert?
Sure. Eli and Greg both said a non-alcoholic cocktail.
A non-alcoholic cocktail?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like 7-Up on the rocks?
Steve says, "Do you like brisk iced tea?"
I do. Like Lipton Brisk, I think is what it says. There's them dirt patches.
Greg says, "Go.
It's something that I haven't bought this for I can't remember how long. Several years. Cool Whip.
Tim wants to know, how do you like that Starry drink? Some people say it tastes like 7-Up.
It's okay. I like it better than the Sierra Mist. I always thought Sierra Mist tasted like dirt or liquid dust. I never did like that one. Yeah, this Star is okay. It's got a fairly clean flavor to it. Doesn't have like a nasty aftertaste like that. Ugh. Sierra Mist.
Greg says, LOL, why would you do that, by the way?
Do what?
I'm not exactly sure. You were talking about your stuff, or maybe the Cool Whip. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, unknown who actually did request this.
Yes, and I think it was
Steve may request it, but there's the dirt. Sure, I guess I'll turn on. I guess I'll flip on the light here. Of course. Come on.
Scott says, do you have a favorite cocktail?
No, it just depends on which one she tells. There you go. There's that dessert. There you go.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Ralph says, there's another name for their city, but I won't get you guys to try to pronounce it. LOL. Thanks, Ralph. I
appreciate that. Yeah.
Greg says non-alcoholic cocktails. Sorry.
Well, like I said, it just depends on which one she tells me.
Steve says looks good. Eli said Sierra Mist tastes like wet cardboard. Starry tastes between Sprite and 7-Up.
Starry's definitely better than Sierra Mist, and this dessert.
Greg says that's some tasty dirt right there.
Let me, I guess, put it this way. This is not a dessert that I would normally eat.
Greg asked, where's that whip? I need one too.
It's okay, you know, but it just tastes like highly processed food products.
Steve says LOL.
It's okay, but I'll probably never make it again.
Scott asked if it was similar to mud pie.
I don't know. I can't say as though I've had mud pie, and if it has Oreos in it, probably. It doesn't taste a thing like my dookie pie. Maybe I'll put that on the list. Voting for dookie pie.
Steve says, what's in it?
In a dookie pie, dookie pie is basically a chocolate, like chocolate pudding pie, except for it's got like various things that make it dookie, like corn nuts. I bust them up and mix some corn nuts in there, some crushed peanuts in the dookie, and coconut, some toasted coconut mixed in. And that's chocolate chips also, regular chocolate chip and white chocolate chip, all mixed together and put in a pie shell.
Greg says, wow, this is just showing how real your live stream is. Tilt hat to your honesty, Tom.
Yeah, well.
Legend.
You know, I'm not going to lie about it. You know, I'm not going to go, ooh, this is delicious. It's okay.
You know, I said we need another 2020 burrito.
Well, I am thinking about doing another trippy food parody. But it's just kind of in the back of my head right now. I don't have anything really worked out yet. But the last one was really fun. I doubt that I go to the links I did last time. I dyed my hair. First I bleached it, then I dyed it, and it pretty much put it right back to the same color it was.
Ralph asked, can I please add steamed pudding to my request list?
Steamed pudding. Sure. Now, wait, I need to know though, is that an entree or is that a dessert? Puddings mean different things in different places, so are you alright? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna need to know that before I can say, you know, we've had several dessert requests, and instead of maybe, I don't know, I like the vote things that people like to vote for what dessert. So I don't know if I should put desserts in the basket. I don't know. We'll see.
Don said yes, dookie pie. Scott said mud pie is Oreo crust with chocolate and coffee ice cream with almonds. Fudge and whipped cream.
Okay.
Lisa says dookie all the way, hello. Greg says you rock. I'm so hungry I would just eat that now.
Okay. Mrs. Old Guy, would you please make a little note so I don't forget to put dookie pie on there with the tomato soup cake. Dookie pie. You can even have that dookie pie with whipped cream on it.
Greg says I'm going to vote bread and butter pudding.
Bread and butter pudding, huh? Well, heard bread pudding. Never bread and butter pudding. Sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's if it's good, desserts. You know, go ahead and write it down, and then if it gets voted for, then I'll look up how to make it.
Ralph says it's a pudding that you can make in a bowl and flip it out onto a plate.
Right. Okay.
From memory, it's quick and simple.
Okay.
Eli says, I have a challenge. Make a gourmet version of ants on a log.
Ants on a log? A gourmet version of ants on a log. That sounds like an old joke. You know, I don't know if you've ever heard the punchline, when the log rolls over, we'll die, but and I'm not going to tell you the joke if you don't know it. Oh man, I'll take another couple bites of this.
Scott says, I can't wait to see you make shotgun shells.
Mm-hmm.
Greg says it's Aussie, the bread and butter pudding.
Okay. I'll have to see if I can find a recipe for it. There was something else that was Aussie that was suggested. It might have been you requested Aussie sausage rolls, and of course it's down there, and it'll come up at some point. But I like to make my sausage, so I'll have to see if I can find a recipe. If you've got one, if you can maybe email me one, that would be great. Even if it, I just need to know what the basics are, what the basic flavors of Australian sausage is. I don't have any idea, so it might be the same as our breakfast sausage or whatever. I have no clue. So, and I tried to look for it online here, but I couldn't find anything other than recipes that called for our sausage, and it's like, well, no, that's kind of a cop-out.
Don says, you will like the tomato soup cake. It don't taste like tomato at all.
Yeah, that's not going to surprise me. The ketchup cake that I made, I don't know if you were here earlier or not, but I made a ketchup and mustard cake. It was great. The cake was delicious. The frosting didn't taste like mustard because it didn't have mustard in it, but it was still a really good cake.
Ralph said that he would rather see the pavlova or whatever.
Pavlova.
But you were worried about the time that it would take on the live stream.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look at the recipe again. I know that it calls for meringue, and I'm not sure if it's, exactly what the preparation method is. I'll check it out again. These desserts will kind of be rotated in and out for voting. So at some point, hopefully everybody's dessert at some point will get made. And the same thing, there's been some appetizers that I would just call appetizers, like shotgun shells. I wouldn't necessarily consider that an entree, but I would definitely make it as an appetizer with a meal. So if at some point I draw that out, I'm going to draw another one with it, so that I'll be getting two at once, so to speak.
Greg says, I will, thanks, Tom.
Great, yeah, I'd like that.
And he says pavlova is another Aussie thing.
It is. It is. I don't know much about it other than, a meringue with some fruit, and it sounded delicious. It's just, getting it to get voted for. So I'll probably leave it on again this week. I've left it on for 3 weeks now, and I'll leave it on this week. And if it doesn't get voted for, I'm just going to take it off, and I'll try again in a couple of months.
Greg says in Sydney you can buy the base and just dress it, or buy the egg.
Huh. Cool. Well, I'll have to see what what all it takes to make it and whatnot. I briefly looked at a recipe, but I really didn't check it too deeply, just because it hasn't come up yet. And that's kind of how I do things. When something comes up, if I've never made it before, then I'll give it a look-see.
Eli says dessert, pistachio ice cream.
Pistachio ice cream? Really? Ew.
Greg says there is a pavlova egg item from the supermarket.
Oh, okay. I go ahead and write it down. I'm just not. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely love pistachios. I mean, heck yeah, I could chow some pistachio. I just don't like pistachio flavored things, like pudding or ice cream or whatever. Now, I don't mind some pistachio nut in things, but yeah, pistachio flavored stuff, just it's not my bag. Neither is crunchy ice cream. But it's down there, and I will make it when it gets when it comes up. I'll do it. I'll take one for the team. Like the miso chicken. Oh, miso chicken. Miso chicken. Didn't like that at all.
So Greg says there's a pavlova egg item from the supermarket to make the whole meringue.
Okay.
And Ralph told Greg we still think it's a Kiwi invention.
You're neither right. It's Russian invention. In Russia, we discover everything.
Lisa says bye. See you next week.
Lisa, have a great evening.
Bye,
Wild
Les.
Man, Nate,
Yep.
everybody, thank you for watching Old Guy, and I'll see you guys next week. Tim, I don't know if you're still there or not, but hope I see you next week as well. Yeah, in fact, it is about time to start wrapping stuff up. It was kind of a nice, relaxed evening tonight where I didn't have a whole lot to do. It was nice to be able to sit down and just kind of wrap with you guys. That's been nice. As always, this is the time for last minute comments, questions, food requests. This is a great time to do that. Super.
Greg says maybe I can send you one.
Recipe? Yes. I would hope so.
Don says yes. Pistachio ice cream is a spumani
Yes,
spumani Italian ice
Right.
cream.
Spumante, yes. The last spumante I tried, I didn't like that either. But that was a really, really long time ago. I think I was just a young kid and was expecting regular ice cream. So I might like it now. I don't know.
Craig says buckark. Steve says take care all. Scott's take care Tom and this old guy and Chuck.
Well, thank you, folks. I hope you guys have a really good week. I hope it's a safe week and a productive week. And I'm going to ask you all, get back into your community somehow, some way, even if it's only an hour. Give back somehow to your community. Help out a neighbor, help out a food bank, help out a place where they have a soup kitchen and they give out food to the homeless, whatever. Give back to your community just a little bit. And Miss Olga, any last thing?
Steve said thanks for the stream. Scott says hope you all have a great weekend.
Thank you very much.
Ralph said good video. Thanks.
Thank you, Ralph.
Greg said lovely rapping with you, Tom. You make my weekend.
Well, thank you, Ralph. And you guys make my weekend. I've said it before, I'll say it again, that this is really the highlight of my week where I get to put together and make the stuff that you have requested, and we planned for it all week, and we really look forward to it. I'm going to get out of here. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it very much. We'll see you next week when we got Nacho Bake. Woo! Good night now. We'll see you then.
Did